Hey, YouTubers, something important, something goddamn important. So, Cigar Gang right now, nice big ass motherfuckers in Cigar Gang, video for motherfuckers right now, Guy Talk video 175, pretty fucking cool, it's pretty fucking amazing, video for you motherfuckers right now, Cigar Gang roll call motherfuckers, nice big ass motherfuckers like the big ass cigar. So, question for you motherfuckers in Cigar Gang right now, nice big ass motherfuckers for life, nice big ass motherfuckers Cigar Gang. This question for you motherfuckers is essentially, have you ever contracted STD or STI? So you have a STD, which is like herpes, chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, HPV, etc., and you get it from having sex. You can get it, certain STDs, STIs from having contact, like for example, kissing or snogging, or for example, like skin-to-skin contact, saliva contact. Like HPV is considered a very easy, very fucking easy STD to transmit. It's actually considered one of the easiest to fucking transmit. But then you have other types of STDs like herpes, which can be transmitted through kissing, by the way, because you obviously have cold sores on your lip. You have fucking cold sores on your lip. That's why you want to be fucking careful when you have relationships, fucking relationships with a girl or guy, because obviously if you see cold sores on their lip, you want to ask a fucking question, does the person have herpes? And also they could have herpes on their pussy, they could have herpes on their dick, their pecker, their cock, so you want to be fucking careful. So, and then there are certain STDs and STIs. STD stands for sexually transmitted disease, and STI stands for sexually transmitted infection. They basically mean the same thing, essentially the same fucking thing. They mean the same shit, as in bullshit is bullshit. So, anyway, certain STDs and STIs can only be transmitted through, for example, actual sex, actual penetration, such as sticking the cock in the pussy, such as sticking the pecker in the asshole, such as giving a blowjob, sucking the dick, sucking the cock, giving a blowjob, etc., licking the pussy, licking the twat, etc. So, those, for example, HIV, it can only be transmitted through, and HIV is very serious. It's, very damn serious. It can be only transmitted through blood, breast milk, semen, or vaginal fluid, or, for example, rectal fluid. So, obviously HIV is a little bit harder to transmit than, for example, HPV, a human papillomavirus. HPV stands for human papillomavirus, which is a lot easier, a lot more fucking easier to transmit, because obviously HPV can be spread through even like open mouth kissing, snogging, like tongue kissing, etc. Potentially, not always, but potentially, quote unquote potentially. So, and then you have certain STDs and STIs like gonorrhea and syphilis, which can more commonly be transmitted through actual penetration, actual sticking the cock in the pussy, or sticking the cock in the vagina, or vagina, pussy, same shit. You get the freaking point, the fucking point. So the whole freaking point is, I just want to know from you motherfuckers in Cigar Gang, have you ever gotten a STD? Now, some STDs and STIs are actually curable. Some of them are lifelong, like HIV is a lifelong illness. It is more treatable nowadays. Nowadays, it is more treatable, and there are medications for HIV, and you can live a pretty normal life if you get on the medication pretty early in life. So it is, treatable, fucking treatable. But then you have other STDs or STIs, like, for example, chlamydia. Chlamydia is an infection, a bacterial infection, STD, and that one is actually curable. So you can actually cure that and get rid of it long term if you go on the right antibiotics. So there are, medications for chlamydia, for example, and then there are certain STDs, STIs, which are permanent, like HIV, for example. They're fucking permanent. They never fucking go away. They're with you for the rest of your fucking life. So I'm just curious, motherfuckers, have you ever gotten an STD? If you don't feel comfortable answering, because I know it's kind of a private question, it's kind of a fucking private question, please don't feel any pressure to answer, because obviously it's a very, very private question. So only answer if you really, really want to, because obviously a lot of people wouldn't feel comfortable. Actually, don't even bother answering, because it's really not a question you really disclose on social media. So I'm just curious, I just want you to think about this shit, in your head, because obviously it's a good thing to be aware of, because even though sex is enjoyable, it's enjoyable to give a blowjob, suck the cock, suck the pussy, etc., for example, give a blowjob. It's enjoyable to stick your cock in a girl's pussy, etc., or stick your cock in a girl's asshole. It is something to be aware of because you want to be fucking careful because, some STDs are more serious than others. And the whole fucking point is just be careful in general. You don't have to dox yourself and say, oh, I have chlamydia, I have HIV, I have this shit, this shit, but just be aware of it. Just raising awareness, raising fucking awareness of, STDs. Only comment and say, I do have an STD or I got an STD if you absolutely 100% feel comfortable. Only if you 100% feel comfortable. And even then, you can always, I don't know. So just don't feel any pressure. I just don't want you to feel any fucking pressure to fucking dox yourself, anything like that. So anyway, that's the whole fucking point. So have a nice day, motherfuckers. Pretty fucking cool. Bye, motherfuckers. Bye. Pretty fucking cool. Bye.